So Elena finally told us what the thing is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? So we made it to the season finale of Heart and Hustle, and the ladies are gathering at a vineyard somewhere in Texas. They are on a girls' trip, and apparently this is Elena's first one, which is very concerning. Because I can't remember how old she is, but you've never been on a girls' trip. That is very interesting. But she arrives and she appears to be flustered, like how you are flustered when you're like rushing and everything, and anything could be going wrong, and you're just trying to get to the place. And you can see that she's, relieved to be there, but she just needs to calm her nerves down. And before the comment that was made that we'll talk about in just shortly, I thought to myself, I said this during this whole season, every time Elena arrives somewhere, she comes with like bad vibes or bad energy. I said this to myself before we even got to the comment made by Manera. We know why she's feeling that way and why she's behaving that way or why she has that energy, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just continue. So they, I like to mention really fast. They had this dinner outside with Chef Seven. Chloe, calm that cat down, okay? That cat was just flaming. Calm it down, Chloe. During this dinner, Elena finally reveals to the girls what is happening between her and Josh. She admits that she is not in love with Josh. And Ro is me. Ro is like, hey, every time I don't know what to say to you when you come around because I don't really know like what's gonna trigger you. You seem like you always got a wall around. So I'm gonna try not to say nothing to you. Me and Ro we's together. I'm gonna be like, girl, I like people who I get the same energy every time I see them. I don't want to have to figure out nothing. Like, for the most part, I know we are human and we go through emotional states, but girl, if you gonna be acting like that, no. Elena also made a comment or something about they were going back and forth with her in the conversation, and she made a comment about trusting God or praying or something like that, and it comes back to this behavior by Christian girls or girls that were Southern or Christian Southern girls or Christian Black Southern girls, if you want to niche it down even more, where they've just been indoctrined to just behave a certain way. And to, yeah, I don't want to make this video about that. But that, it appears that that is the issue with Elena and her even staying in this situation for so long with Josh, knowing you don't want to be with this man, girl. So then we get to Elena versus Manera, and Manera makes a comment about Elena having the dark cloud, which I agree with, right? If my friend is behaving a certain way, I'm going to be like, girl, what is going on? But they are kind of having this, I don't know what to call it, but they both feel like each other weren't showing up how they wanted them to show up. Or at least Atlanta feels that way because Manera said that she had lost like 7 people around the same time. And it becomes difficult in friendships because sometimes we could be a little selfish, a little self-centered, and we don't realize that we all got shit going on, right? And to give each other a little bit of grace, because our friendships are just going to go through ebbs and flows. But the best thing is to always communicate how you are feeling and then watch for the results. If it's not the results that you want, then you cut it and move on, or just be like, I like to place people in categories because once you show me who you are, I believe you, and then I just place you here. Whereas if I thought we were close friends and you exhibit behavior that is not to that, then I'd be like, oh, so you're not that, you're this. So moving forward, I'm going to handle you like this. So they eventually make up, and then we see at the end, what's her name? Labrina gives out roses, which is such a sweet gesture. She gives out roses to each of the ladies, and then at the end, they take one from their bouquet and give it to her. I thought that was very sweet and just a nice way to wrap up the season. Now, in the end, I wrote down notes for what happened afterwards. So Josh moved out, and I heard that this is still September or this month. Maybe Alina did file for divorce. I'm not sure. I feel like I read that somewhere or I watched it on a video, but I think she did file for divorce. I'm not sure though. Ro left the basketball player. Praise the Lord. Ro, girl, you know you deserve so much better than that. So I'm happy that you moved along from that situation. Khloe is still with Jordan, and apparently wedding bells are on the horizon. And Jordan has not met her son still yet. So I don't know how wedding bells can be coming when he hasn't met the son. So Latoria, she was planning on exiting her participation in the entertainment section of her business. So she's focusing more on her personal life now. And it says that she is still looking for love, but she is looking into adoption as well. Good for her. Labrina Spa is doing well, and she is looking into expanding into the Pilates, which would be awesome. Pilates is hard, it is expensive, and they need more Black instructors because I was doing Pilates for a while and I felt like the instructors that they had there, it wasn't good energy, it wasn't a good vibe. I didn't really feel welcome. I'll just leave it at that. And then finally, Manera is still doing her content creation, and she's doing well with that. And I believe she's looking into therapy to help with her vulnerability, to break some of those walls down. If she comes back next season, I do want everybody to come back next season. I want them to have a season 2, but I just want Manera specifically, and as well as everybody else, to just be more open. And I think some people are more open than others because you can tell when someone is either has a wall up, they're hiding something, you can tell that. So I just want them to be more open. I don't want them to try to put on what they think we want to see, okay? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on season 1 of Heart and Hustle, and do you think it should get a season 2? Yeah, let's discuss in the comments.